Ladies and gentlemen, today I present to you the peak of all anime airing this fall season. Lolly Vampire Girl and her busty AF maid. Yes, let's freaking go. This anime is a fun and heartwarming little story that throws in the odd bit of fan service. Not too much though if you don't like that kind of thing. It's tasteful fan service. This show was one of my most anticipated as it looked like it was going to be one of those shows that just offers you a good time for 20 to 25 minutes a week, but I've actually been enjoying this one a lot more than I knew I would. Said anime in question is The Vexations of a Shut-In Vampire Princess, and if you're into comedy, fantasy, or vampire anime in general, then you are going to 100% absolutely want to get this on your watch list. So we've got this vampire princess who's a bit of a shut-in, a girl who hasn't touched grass in a long time, which is obviously very relatable to us weebs, and she's suddenly thrust into power doing a complete 180 on her lifestyle. We're following the story of a vampire princess who is forced outside of her comfort zone, and by outside, I mean literally outside in her sense. She has to confront these challenges, overcome her fears, and it's just a good old tale of self-acceptance and, yes, of course, friendship. Now, if anything, what really drew me into this show in the first place was its character design. As soon as I saw the visuals for its characters, I was instantly captivated by them. I mean, we've got the lolly vampire Neat, Rem on steroids, an emperor to whom I've already pledged my allegiance, a villain bully character who I'd let step on me in a heartbeat, and more. It's great. Honestly, man, so good. But it's actually way more than this. The story itself is fun, yet there is substance to it, and its cast of characters isn't just great visually, but I was very drawn into them as a whole, like personalities, goals, and whatnot. Now, like what you've heard so far, well, consider hitting the like button for me. It really does help me out with the YouTube algorithm, and if you want more videos such as this, then hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified. I'm trying to reach the goal of 200,000 subscribers. Yes, so let's reach that together. Arigato! Now back to the video. So my thoughts and expectations going into this anime were that I was going to watch this fun little anime with a cast of characters that really intrigued me by their visuals, and that would be one of those solid shows. Nothing that will blow you away, but one that doesn't disappoint you, You go into it and you know what you're in for. However, this anime really surprised me. It actually gives me more than what I expected of it each and every week. Like, it actually has a good story to it that makes you feel like you need to see more. There's a really great dynamic between the characters in both a fun comedy way and in a way that actually does reach out and touch you in the feels. There's a layer to this anime that suggests there's something more to it, and I just wasn't expecting that. Now, The Vexations of a Shut-In Vampire Princess is currently airing on High Dive on Saturdays. It's being adapted by Project Number 9, the studio behind titles such as The Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten, bottom tier character Tomozaki, and You Thought There Was Never a Girl Online, Higehiro, My Tiny Senpai, and many more. And I gotta say, the studio has absolutely smashed it with this show, and based on those previous anime style-wise, it's really consistent. Now, let's look at plot. So, The Vexations of a Shut-In Vampire Princess is about Terra Kamari Gandisblood, or Kamari for sure, a shut-in vampire of 3 years, who is abruptly elevated to army commander. Kamari is inexperienced and pretty frail, and her new team is known for being aggressive and disobedient. Now, as well as being pretty weak, Kamari, though a vampire herself, also despises blood and attempts to conceal her talents. Despite this, Kamari is determined to succeed despite the hurdles piled against her. As she overcomes the hurdles, she meets with her knowledge and cunning, and she gradually gains the respect of her squad. Kamari, over time, comes to accept her actual nature and vampire heritage along the road. But she's not alone. With her maid Vilhaze by her side every step of the way, Kamari is on a mission to conquer all, including, most importantly, her own feels. Now, Kamari is a really cool protagonist, man. I think we've honestly seen every emotion under the sun from her in such a short time. Terrified on the inside as the daughter of a noble family who has spent the last 3 years as a shut-in, only to be suddenly thrust into the position of a Crimson Lord, that's freaking intense, man. Throw in the fact that despite being a vampire, she hates drinking blood, thus she can't use any magic of her own, so I think I speak for us all in saying that you'd be laying bricks here, right? However, when she's forced forced into positions of command, she actually nails it. Well, the performance aspect in the early episodes at least. Our girl is definitely blagging her way through the role, but she's actually killing it and getting results at the same time. Not only that, but there's a hidden something there with Kamari as well, which the series was teasing in the early episodes. This added the hidden aspect of the show that I wasn't expecting, and I really freaking loved that. It added mystery and the sense that there could be this epic thing looming beneath the surface. Now, Kamari could not do all this alone, and she has her maid Vil by her side. Though Kamari was not for this in the beginning, as you can see why, as Vil is absolutely fixated on Kamari at times and will pounce on her whenever she gets the opportunity. Rather saucy stuff. But Vil is also a really great character. You know, she rocks the maid role perfectly. She moves with such grace and serves Kamari perfectly, but in a really kind of fun and comedic way, we get those cracks where she adds in a little bit of character and personality to the role of a maid, who are usually like dead serious and professional at all times. Probably shouldn't dismiss the fact that she's also smoking hot. I admit it's a little degen of me, but mate, we were all thinking it. Come on. Now, I've semi-alluded to it in how Vil is with Kamari, but this show has actually been presented at times as a YURI. And though I'm a big fan of the genre, I do know it's not for everyone and it can put some people off an anime. So, being a somewhat of a self-proclaimed savant when it comes to the art form of YURI, I can wholeheartedly say that this isn't really a YURI. I mean, sure, there are moments where we get Vil being a little hands-on with Kamari, and there was also the Emperor saying that she kissed Kamari in the first episode, but it's more mild moments than full-blown YURI. Like, I even saw it described as a YURI harem as well, which I wish, by the way, but it really isn't. From what I've seen, it's more a case of that everyone is into Kamari, however, she herself isn't really interested. And I mean, some of the artwork is kind of suggestive of the fact that it could be a YURI series, but from what I've seen so far of the actual anime, not really. The YURI title shouldn't put you off this really fun story that's got this self-acceptance vibe to it, but told in a really funny and heartwarming way. Definitely do it. Like, I honestly think you're missing out if you haven't checked out the Vexations of a Shut-in Vampire Princess yet. For me, it's quickly become one of my favorites of the season, and trust me, there are a lot of good anime this season. Like, the animation and art style of this anime are really good. Nothing mind-blowing, but it's just really clean, and it's absolutely nailed its character design and the overall theme of its world. The OP and ED for the Shut-in Vampire Princess are also pretty killer. The OP even shows Kamari performing like some kind of idol, which I really appreciated, and the ED visuals are just cute AF. Now, if you have seen the Vexations of a Shut-in Vampire Princess already, let me know what you think about it in the comment sections below. Do you enjoy the show, or is it not for you? And what's your take on the YURI aspect of this? And while you wait for the next video to drop, why not check out this video where I talk about my first impression of Undead Unluck, which is another of the best new anime this fall season. But guys, that is it from me. I'll see you soon for some more. Till then, you take care. Peace.